home of the Bulls in a fine Eastern Conference battle at the United Center. You're in for a treat as we bring you NBA basketball on 2K Sports. I'm Kevin Harlan with Steve Kerr and Clark Kellogg with Doris Burke reporting from the sidelines. And it's Chicago to start out. And a look at the starters for the Hornets. Kemba Walker is out there with Johnson. Then it's Jeff Taylor. Then it's Chris Humphries. And it's Biombo at the 5 down low.
Good job creating just enough space to let that one fly.
Well, you look at Patrick Beverley, and I think he embodies the phrase Chicago tough. And he's relatively unknown growing up and hooping in the playgrounds of West Chicago. He's always played the game with an edge, though, and that served him well as an NBA player.
Here's Knight after Joe Johnson's score. Fades back. The shot's good from Smith.
And they have to mix it up defensively. That was just too easy.
Chicago on defense. It's a three-point game. Johnson outside. Back to Walker. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Humphries. Pekovic with the rebound.
No breathing room at all to take that shot.
Little over a minute 30 into this first quarter. Pekovic with the screen for Knight. And that's a foul. Called on Chris Humphries. That is his first foul of the game. And here's Beverley. Kicks to Knight. 6 to shoot. Lets it go with a 3. Taylor with the rebound.
Well, they're fortunate. The defense was taking a big chance, leaving him that wide open behind the arc.
There's the screen. Walker with a clean look. Hits it from three-point range. Walker's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. Pekovic with a screen on Johnson. No one near Smith as he lets it go. Hill trying to break free. And that one's good. Pekovic. Pekovic has got his first points in this one.
If you battle for the offensive rebound and come up with it, you're guaranteed a high-quality shot on a follow, just like he got there.
Got a piece of it. In transition, here come the Bulls. Knight leading the charge. Smith outside. Pekovic with the screen for Smith. Shot is blocked. Here we go, one-on-one. Taylor's shot, good.
Beautiful work in the transition game.
That's how to do it. Attack early before the defense can get itself set.
Now here's Beverley. Smith with a screen on Walker. Smith right side. Shot clock at 6. Nice follow through on the fadeaway. Smith's got his second basket.
And I'm not really sure that's the time for the fadeaway jumper, but he gets it to go.
Pass to Johnson. He dishes it to Humphries. Puts up the baby hook. Again, the Hornets score.
How about this? They're shooting 80% so far. I know it's early, but offensively, they look great.
Knight, that's a two-pointer. And the officials signal the backcourt violation. Not very careful there. Charlotte making a switch here. And Baamute's checked in. Unable to get the ball in bounds. They get called the 5-second violation. Beverly with the ball. Pass to Pekovic. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up.
Well, Nikola Pekovic, a battering ram style of play, but really soft hands for a big guy. I think that combination makes him one of the most effective inside scorers in the league.
You know, Steven, for Pekovic, he's not the NBA leader in points in the paint every season. He's not far off. A great post-up score, something you see less and less of nowadays.
And even off the ball, a great offensive rebounder and finisher. He punishes you on the inside.
Chicago leading. Pekovic with a screen on Walker. Smith sets the pick for Knight. And Hill has it in the corner. 5 to shoot. Takes a 3. The Hornets pull it in. And a fast break now for the Hornets.
Sometimes you can catch the defense napping when you make a strong pass like that in transition.
The pass tonight. Pekovic with the screen for Knight. Uncovered. Walker with the rebound.
Just cannot find the rhythm. Still yet to hit a shot this quarter.
Kemba Walker, quick, he's got a great handle on the ball. He's a blur in transition. And what I like about him, he's always looking to push the tempo for easy baskets, and he's tough, not afraid of the moment.
And now the first timeout called here for the Hornets. And Walker tough to stay in front of, but yet Clark, he's become a great finisher around the rim.
Well, you know, you have to be able to do that at his size. He's listed at 6'1", which I think is really generous. He's more 5'10"-ish, 5'11", and he understands that's an area that he has to continue to expand and add to be the potent offensive player he's capable of being.
Chicago making some changes. Harrison Barnes comes in for Josh Smith. And it's Crawford in for Patrick Beverly. Williams, he's checked in for the Hornets. Now here's Williams. Here's Johnson. And the Hornets miss again.
And you know why he was open there. They didn't commit too much defense to him, and you can see why. He has trouble making that shot.
Crawford dishes to Barnes. From 6 away. And it's Pekovic missing. The Hornets have gone 5 of 8 from the field, shooting over 62%. There's a screen by Williams. Johnson for 3. That falls. Nice feed that time from Walker. Johnson's got 5.
How in the world did they let him get that wide open?
Crawford is green on Walker. Knight kicks to Crawford. It's stolen by Johnson. And a fast break now for the Hornets. Walker's running. Joe Johnson on the wing. Gets to the corner and buries it. Now it's a 6-point Hornets lead.
Everything going according to the script for them offensively so far.
Yeah, the shots have been falling, that's for sure. The offense really in a good groove.
Here's Pekovic. And they're going to count the bucket and send him to the line. It could be a three-point play.
Nikola Pekovic, prior to last season, signed a 5-year, $60 million extension. He missed a month with a right ankle issue. But that aside, he went about showing that he was worth every penny.
On the wing, Williams. The feed to Lvnba. 6 to shoot. Shoots. A shot by Johnson, no good. Bulls trailed by 3. Now, here is Knight. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him. Barnes. The 19-footer is on the money. Knight against Walker. Over in the corner, Lvnba. Dish out to Humphries. Passes to Walker. The shot no good. And it's Chicago the other way. And the first timeout of the game called for Chicago. Changes for Chicago. Smith checked in for Hill. And it's Terry in for Brandon Knight. Charlotte also making some changes. Spencer Hawes is checked in for Humphries. Jeff Taylor comes in for Joe Johnson. Rodney Stuckey subbed in for Walker. Here's Barnes. He dents the rim with a two-handed slam. Wow.
Boy, nice work inside. Tough to get that shot over a big defender like that.
No, that takes skill and creativity, Steve, particularly on the release to make sure he doesn't get a hand on it.
And Williams, here we go. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here. That's on Jason Terry. The Hornets shooting their first free throws of the game on this trip to the line.
Marvin Williams, the former number 2 pick out of North Carolina back in 2005, now in his 10th season in the NBA.
Now here's Terry. Crawford kicks to Barnes. Out of bounds, Bulls ball as Chicago keeps possession. Terry against Taylor. Clock at 6. Crawford, no one around him. It's good from long range. And the Bulls lead by 3. And Williams never a star, but he is a quality defender and able to space the floor.
You know, you got to take him for what he is, and that's really a solid rotation player throughout his career. Kevin, there are only 25 to 30 all-star caliber players in the league, maybe 35. After that, everybody else is a role player, and you have to understand that and embrace it and accept it.
Terry kicks to Pekovic, and it's wide right. Hits off the rim.
He operates pretty well in traffic, guys, but that was a tough play to finish off.
On the wing, Williams. To the middle. Here's Hawes. Crawford outside. Pekovic with the screen for Crawford. For 3. For Charlotte, they've gone 8 of 14 from the field in the first quarter. Now Taylor. He feeds it to Lvnba. Here's Stuckey. They get it again. Here's Hawes. And that misses. That would have put him up.
Hey, the defense was right there, just waiting, doing a nice job of anticipating that play.
Steve, every team needs tough interior defense to be successful.
Outside Terry. Rebound by Williams. The Hornets trail. 6 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Williams, a screen on Barnes. Stuckey with it. Guarded now by Jason Terry. Stuckey passes to Williams. Here is Lvnba. And again, the Hornets missing.
It's like he's just trying to showcase his range, but he could probably get a better shot in that possession.
Yeah, he sure could.
1 quarter in the books, and it's been a close one so far. Bulls out front. They lead by 1. From the United Center in Chicago. Back in a moment. Neither team able to build much of a lead up to this point as we start the second quarter. Looking at what we've seen from the Bulls, what do you guys think?
They've done a nice job on the offensive boards here, guys, and I think that was the difference in that first quarter. Really pounding the offensive glass.
Well, they set the tone early with their mindset, their tenacity, and their hustle. I mean, that's the way they've come out, and it's served them well.
Smith is out there with Parawanti. Then there's Terry. Then there's Harrison Barnes. And it's Crawford at the shooting guard position. So that's the 5 in the game for Chicago. And that drops, so they now lead by 1.
You know, the Bulls' offense was not that great last year. As a matter of fact, they struggled to score. But when they did get to 100 points, they were one of the best teams in the league.
Dishes it to Barnes. Here's Hontic. The three-pointer, no good.
And if they know what's good for him, that's the way they'll defend against him every time he takes the ball into three-point territory.
Well, you're right. Anything less than airtight defense on him will usually result in 3 points.
Let's go to our sideline reporter, Doris Burke. Doris, what do you have?
Gentlemen, it's interesting that Jamal Crawford has always embraced his sixth-man role. He said, quote, nobody wants to come off the bench, but if you're really about winning and sacrifice, then you have to do it. When you bring one of your top scorers off the bench, it gives your team balance. I like that when I check in the game, the other players start getting nervous, and there's no doubting they do, guys.
He can get his shot anytime. Thank you, Doris. Patrick Beverly, he's checked in for Jason Terry. Well, as you said with the Bulls, a 22-2 record last season when they got to 100 points.
Well, it's a perfect example of how dominant their defense is. I mean, if they got to 100, they knew they could count on their D every single night. But getting to 100 was the problem. They did not score very easily.
And out of bounds as Chicago gains possession.
Such a careless pass. You've got to keep your head in the game here.
The Bulls shooting 38% from the field, a pretty weak showing for them. Feeds it to Barnes. Here's the 3. Hornets shooting from the field, 44%, not bad. Here is Lvnba. Can't get it to go. And the Bulls going the other way now. Here's Beverly. Barnes, screen on Stuckey. Out to Smith. And he sinks the shot coming off the strong pick. Smith's got 6 points.
They can't afford to give him that kind of look.
Well, it came off a good screen, but still, as a defender, you've got to fight over the top of that.
Stuckey kicks to Taylor. Launches a 3. And good coming on the assist by Rodney Stuckey. Taylor's got his second bucket. Several lead changes going on here in the early portion of this game.
Yeah, but neither team really able to jump ahead.
Yeah, 5 times already the lead has changed.
Here's Hontic. But they get it back. Picked away. A fast break now for Charlotte. Pause, dishes to Williams. He kicks to Stuckey. Williams sets a screen for Stuckey. Shot clock at 6. Here's Hawes. And too long on the shot. Bulls have gotten only one of their first 4 shots in the second quarter to drop. Barnes, screen on Stuckey. Beverly, the pass to Crawford. Shot on the wing. Kept alive. Barnes kicks to Antich. Kicks it out to Crawford. Over Lvnba. Crawford missing again. Spencer Hawes, an early candidate last season for most improved player, but his hot shooting steadily tailed off, Steve, with the Sixers last year.
Yeah, month after month, his field goal percentage and three-point percentage has dropped. But I thought he found new life when he was traded to the Cavs. Remember, when you're on a bad team, you're losing night after night. It can be disheartening. I think that might have been some of what we saw with Hawes and his numbers declining.
And Hall's a free agent this offseason. Playing well over the last 3 seasons, he was a safe bet to get a nice new contract. Big guys with his skill level, they get paid in this league.
Bulls making a switch here. Knight's checked in. Crawford, no one around him. Crawford missing again.
Not able to find it here in the second. He's off stride and off track just a bit after that one he had earlier.
And for Hawes, a rare skill set. Not that many 7-footers who can shoot from three-point range the way he can. And as much as teams value threes nowadays, not surprising he commanded a nice payday in free agency.
They've done well at taking advantage of some late defensive rotations and getting the ball into the paint.
Yeah, they've been the aggressors, Clark, and getting the ball inside into that lane area has been huge for them.
Here's Barnes. And out of bounds as the Hornets gain possession. Nikola Pekovic is checked in for Chicago. Lure comes in for Smith. Charlotte leading by 4. Charlotte calls timeout.
Well, what better way to retire the Bobcats name than to go out and make the playoffs for only the second time under that nickname. Good job by Charlotte last year, and now it's back to being the Hornets.
Hill, he's checked in for John Lure. So an almost entirely new group in now for Charlotte. Lvnba, he's checked in for Hawes. Humphreys comes in for Williams. Joe Johnson, he's checked in for Lvnba. And it's Kemba Walker in for Taylor. Johnson with a screen on Knight. Walker with a clean look. Off target from outside. And although Charlotte Clark got knocked out in 4 against the Heat, they had some good games last year in that postseason.
Well, they did, and the injury to Al Jefferson, though, Kevin, really kind of sabotaged their ability to really compete with the Heat. So they weren't able to break the postseason winless streak, but the team is certainly headed in the right direction. Guys, he's actually indefatigable. He never gives in, never gives up on a play, and that's what it takes to be a great offensive rebounder. You've got to be relentless.
Shot denied. They get it back. Shot clock at 2. Johnson, a wide open look. He drains it as the shot clock ticks down.
Well, I like the way he orchestrated in tight that time, fellas.
Crawford kicks to Barnes. And that is good. Barnes has got 6.
Gotta love the low post offense. That was beautiful.
And here's Walker. Kicks it to Johnson. It's stolen by Hill. Crawford dishes to Knight. All sorts of time. Another one falls for Chicago. Charlotte has gone 1 of 3 from way outside since the start of the second quarter. Picked by Humphries. And Walker kicks to Stuckey. Pass to Biyombo. Stuckey dishes to Walker. Shot from the top of the key. Basket is good. The assist from Stuckey. Walker's got 5 points so far. Knight passes to Pekovic. He dishes it to Hill. Pass to Knight. And it's Chicago scoring again. For Charlotte, they've gotten a little under 50% of their second quarter shots to find the mark. 4 of 9 all told. Humphries with a screen on Knight. Stuckey kicks to Walker. Inside. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
You know that if you're a team in the East or anywhere in the NBA for that matter, when you face the Bulls, it's going to be a battle wire to wire. These guys are coming at you for the full 48 minutes. They're extremely tough within the conference, too.
Jeff Taylor, he's checked in for Charlotte.
Well, the Bulls just seem built to play against every other team in the East, and it's why they've made the playoffs so often and finished on top in recent years.
Crawford right side. For the 3.
He's been anything but his usual self this quarter. It's actually been ugly to see.
Walker goes in. Now the pass to Johnson. Humphrey sets a pick for Johnson. From past the arc. That's good. Johnson's got 5 points in the quarter. And to add on with Chicago. Last year they won 35 games against the East, which was bested only by the Indiana Pacers.
Well, that's more than Miami and other teams that finished above them in the standings. The Bulls are always a factor in the East, it seems.
And the shot is good. The Hornet lead has been cut down now to just 2 points with that basket from Brandon Knight.
Starting to get a little momentum here after that scoreless first quarter.
Humphries inside. He's guarded by Hill. That's good. And the Hornets lead by 4. Knight with it. He has 6. Corner shot. Good. Knight's got 8.
Well, it looks like he's finally found his footing in this game. His first quarter was a real struggle, but he's gotten it going now.
Now let's send it to Doris from the sideline.
Well, Kev, the Bulls coach Tom Thibodeau, known as one of the most demanding coaches in all the NBA, he said the teams that are special always play with a rare intensity. That's just how championship caliber teams play. He added, I don't think you really feel pressure if you're putting everything you have into each and every day. Sound strategy, Kevin.
He's one of the best getting that kind of effort from his players, Doris. Thank you. Pekovic with it. And it's Johnson picking him up. Pekovic dishes to Knight. And some nice ball movement here by Chicago. The shot goes down and he gets this game back to even. Knight's got 10 points in the quarter.
Boy, after having a tough time in the first, he's managed to turn it around nicely this quarter.
Johnson kicks to Walker. Now the feed to Taylor. Here's Biyombo. There it is, guys. That Olay defense. Just watching him go, Clark, right by.
I think we might be seeing which team is ready to take control of this game.
Yeah, that's a dunk that could absolutely get them going. I agree, Clark.
Pekovic with the screen for Knight. Releases. And it's Pekovic missing.
Well, I tell you, that was double duty right there. He influenced the shot and then got back and cleaned the glass.
Now here's Walker. He has 5. Got it off in time, but it's no good. Second quarter ends in a tight one. And now the start of the second half. Neither side jumping out ahead through the first 2 quarters.
Tremendous output from Johnson. 12 points, and he's knocked down a pair of 3-pointers in this game, too.
Well, they might want to think about setting a few more screens for him to try to give him another open look or 2.
And Charlotte looking at who they've got. They've got Jeff Taylor. Chris Humphries is out there with Bismack Biyombo. Then it's Johnson. And it's Walker in at the point. Biyombo, the pass to Walker. Leans from outside. And it's sent back by Hill.
They've been strong on the boards. There's no disputing that.
That's what the box score says. Still anybody's game, though.
Pekovic with a screen on Johnson. Heaves it up. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Bulls will take it.
20 seconds on the shot clock.
They're going to turn it over. They couldn't get it in bounds that time.
You know, sometimes the intensity of the game can lead to brain-neutral plays like that, guys.
Outside, Walker. Passes it to Johnson. The good-looking shot from the wing. Johnson's got the first bucket of the third here for the Hornets. Well, Joe Johnson, a 14-year veteran. Most of our fans remember him back in Phoenix, probably the 4th best player on that team. Steve, just go back to that time. I mean, just scary.
Well, if the Suns could have kept him, and you think about what might have been, that was a team that came very close for 4 or 5 years to being a championship team, but never got to the finals. So Johnson moved on to Atlanta, where he became an all-star, and you always wonder what might have been in Phoenix.
And Joe Johnson in his second season in Atlanta averaging 25 a game, but that was 8 years ago. Last season, around 16 a game.
And age starting to show for Johnson, a below-average player efficiency rating the last 2 seasons. But he's still owed $48 million over this season and next.
And Beverly kicks to Pekovic. Johnson draws the double. There's the dish to Taylor.